Hi everyone. We currently live in the age of startups. Every day, due to technological breakthroughs, there's a lot of new startups with a lot of breakthrough business model that disrupts the market. So this era presents us with two problems. First is that for those entrepreneurs hopeful that actually you will become the next Bill Gates or even the next Larry Page or even the next Elon Musk, they are actually cracking their heads on how can they actually create the next disruptive business model. And for the incumbents, the existing market leaders, they are also cracking their head on how can they actually reinvent and revitalize their current business model. Today, I'm going to share with you one tool that I've learned from the book named Business Model Generation, which is Business Model Canvas. With Business Model Canvas, if you are a new entrepreneur that would like to actually go into the market, you'll be able to use this to actually analyze the existing market, your competitors, and in which perspective or in which angle that you would like to penetrate the market and disrupt the market. And as for you incumbents or actually managers that would like to actually stay competitive in the market, you could use this tool to analyze your existing business model and see in which part you could tune here and there in order for you to be able to keep up with the market or even disrupt the market once again. This is the age that if you fail to disrupt or if you fail to change, you will be forgotten. Now, without further ado, I will quickly run through the parts of the business model. First is customer segment. Second is value proposition. Third is channels. Fourth is customer relationship. Fifth is revenue streams. Six is key resources. Seven is key activities. Eight is key partnerships. And the ninth is cost structure. So I will briefly go through each of this and see what it means. And then after that, if you're interested, continue watching and I will explain in detail what each of them are. First will be customer segment. Without customers, no businesses can exist in this world. So it is very important for us to identify who are we solving the problem or which market are we targeting. This is basic business 101. Second is value propositions. Value propositions are actually what value do you generate to your customers. It's not really about what you sell, but actually about what value does the customer get from you when they actually use or purchase your products or use your services. So value proposition is very important for you to identify. Why does your customers choose you instead of your competitor? This is something that is very important. Fail to do this, you will actually be faded out into obscurity. If you go look at internet, right, I'm sure that you can find a lot of examples of it seems to be very interesting products, but it doesn't take off because the value proposition doesn't fit the market. Now the fourth is channels. Channels are actually how does the customer get to know you? How does the customer compare the information about you and your competitor? Third is that how does the customer buy from you? And of course, how does the customer actually get after sales service if they need any? So this is actually very important because it is actually your pathway to your customers. The next, of course, the pair of this is actually your relationship with your customer. How do you actually maintain that relationship? For some, it is just a connection like a website, but for some, they actually need very close personal touch. So it really depends on what your customer is expecting, how to interact with them, or actually how do you actually innovate in this in order for the whole business model to work. Now we move to the fifth, which is revenue streams. Of all the activities you do, how does it generate revenue into your company? Because different business model, there's different revenue streams. This I will talk about more in the next video, which is about business patterns. But today I'll touch a little bit on revenue streams and how it will work. Fourth is the key resources. In order for you to actually produce the product that you have or to actually provide the service that you provide to your customers, you need to have certain resources in order for you to be able to produce or actually provide the service. So what are your key resources? There is a lot of choices here and there. Then if we move forward, it will be key activities. Do not confuse key activities with a value proposition. What you do might not be what your customer want. For example, I'm a teacher, I teach. Actually, students, they don't really need my teaching. They just need the knowledge that actually I'm presenting, or actually the way that, or the angle that I'm actually presenting to them. They want to be able to know something and to understand something. That is what they really want. So the activity and the value proposition is actually slightly different. Your activity creates certain value for your customers, so don't equate them together. If you do, you might get lost. Last but not least is actually key partners, because we do not actually own all the resources that is needed to produce a single product or to provide certain services. So identify your key partners, or actually if you don't have, maybe you might need to acquire some in order for you to be able to scale better or work better. Then the last but not least is actually the cost structure. For all the businesses, you will always have something that is costing you. So if you can identify this, then this is actually where you are costing. Now we are going to move into one by one in detail.